Do not waste time on
we have
repairs.
a materials problem again, and that actually runs out in a day. So our material problem. How can we decrease our material problem? For a start, let's go and... Oh, we need more coal. Why do we need more coal? Why is that suddenly going up? Why did my demand go up? What happened? Did we get colder? I don't think it got colder. Shouldn't be in goods produced. I suppose it probably be because of these two districts. Yes, it would be. We went from plus 35 to minus 55. Right, so we need to make more coal. To make more coal is then going to cost us more materials. Minus 31. Will last for 64 weeks. Okay, let's leave it at that for a second. We need to basically improve efficiency. So the idea tree, right, the one thing I want to grab next, housing block. No, it's not housing block, it's heating. House insulation, that is what I want to grab next. Base heat demand of housing districts is decreased. Although my base heat demand of housing districts is pretty low. Right, 75 oil supply, coal mines, advanced coal mines. Operations using a large vertical shaft to allow more teams to mine coal at the same time. Yeah. Pump jacks, geothermal plants. You know, let's go housing insulation. Because I'm simply hoping what comes next. I've got something there and something there. Is going to also help me. So once again, I am pushing back the advanced logistics team, which is what I'm currently supposed to be doing. But we need to advance things, so my total demand is 40. Total demand is 0. Total demand is 50. So my heating demand is actually 90 in my housing district. So we should hopefully be able to push that down very nicely. Yes, and of course then my housing demand will actually hold its minor but growing. Hopefully giving the extra shelter should help with that one. Or upgrade would then make more of a heat demand. And guard squads, very nice. Emergency council session. Relations will worsen. Oh, we don't want to go and do that. Although, let's have a look at the generator a second. We don't need to be paused. Thank you. Overdrive off. Generator on. Output 485. Fuel 485. Of course, if we can make that more efficient, which we will need to do in the future, very much so, things should help. But I'm going to pass this law in 12 weeks. Unfulfilled, 115. Output is 300. Demand is 365. So the industrial district is not getting its demand, apparently. I think. As you can see, we do need more extraction districts. Of course, more extraction districts will cost me more heat, but I think I'm okay. I've got 62 weeks left. And our population just went up very nicely. So, extraction districts. We do need to knock some of these out of the frost. I mean, an extraction district gets me 150. Can I? Yes, of course. Extraction. I could get the extra sawmill, which will output 170 extra materials and only demand 20 heat. Gonna cost me in heat stamps? 80. Gonna have to be done though, I think. It's the most efficient way of getting things done. And oh yes, my population just went up, so my new housing district hasn't actually made a dent. Total 25. Of course, if I improve it, you only get 5 more, as I've gone and learned over here. But maybe there's a law that will help me with that. Housing. Research Institute. Extraction. Yep, we know those. Industrial. Salvaging Factory. It gives me 40 goods. It does slightly increase disease, though. 10 registered as sick. That'll be because of the cold. And logistics, which is what we are trying to save up for, but I don't think we really have a choice. Housing district. Now, we can't get in shelter, but we can... increase... right, no, that doesn't actually help because it's still only 2 parts near housing district. Although, I get it for being near the food district, because 3 of my districts will be. So that's good, so... that will only get 2, though. How can I do this? Let us... Let us. Of course, yes, we haven't knocked these out yet. Let's... There could be 2 there, technically. Oh, whoops, we still got one selected. No wonder it's not letting me do anything. Okay, so I get a plus 20. They get a plus 20. The food district doesn't quite, but we will expand to get that. We need to place 1 more, which we will go and play over here. Okay, I'm also 1 away from the food district, and the food district is 1 away from getting that, but I do get plus 20 from being next to this housing district, so not terrible. Go ahead and build that. That'll be an extra 20. Aha, we are now getting a material surplus because our wonderful untreated sawmill is now in production. Everything is going. This has no material demand. Good. That's what I like to hear. So, wow. So, we will be getting more people. Our population is, of course, rising. We very much do need to get more prefabs. We do have an empty building slot, so it claims. Shelter? Ouch, my finger. These spindles. Mrs. Boss Lady keeps joking I'll fall asleep and get woken up by a prince. I don't get it. If a prince came near me, I'd rob him blind and make him do the bloody spinning. But it's alright. Gonna beat my record today. Nice strong yarn, Auntie Mabel says. If I can weave, I can work with her at the mill. Beats freezing in the streets. Promises a better future for the children. Glad to hear. Now, of course, my coal demands are going up. We still are good for 27 weeks. And in 4 weeks, the housing demand should also decrease. So, we'll hopefully be able to turn that around quite nicely. One thing I also want to go and grab plus 40 goods. That will very much help us and help increase our heat stamps. What laws can I pass to potentially help increase heat stamps? Goods. Goods per capita demand is slightly decreased. Now we will keep mass-produced goods. City. Trust rises. Based on availability, the city will ensure that all citizens are provided with what they need to survive for free, including basic rations and clothing. Production efficiency is slightly increased. Heat stamps income per capita is slightly increased. Paid essentials. Reward work. Citizens will be charged a small fee in exchange for essentials such as basic rations and clothing. A large demand divided on both of these. That will get me some heat stamps. Contagion prevention, community service. Heat stamps income per capita is slightly increased. Society. Disease is slightly decreased. Research speed is slightly increased. Harvesting funerals. Ceremonial funerals. Trust loss resulting from deaths is decrease. Rules. Rules. So we could get some more heat stamps. Production efficiency is also slightly increased. I'm going to go and propose this. And we are going to negotiate because I do want it to pass. The New Londoners. There's not many Frostlanders left, apparently. And please vote for it. And I must let you... I must build an advanced blasting coal mine, build an advanced mechanized sawmill, or a calibrated... I must research a calibrated goods factory. I must research either of these buildings. I think I can do that. Or do I want to do that, though? Negotiate. Oh, the Pilgrims are against. The Frostlanders are open to negotiation. Vote for. Durable goods. Goods demands per capita is slightly decreased. They want me to change that law. Exploration time is slightly decreased. Enact law expedition support. Sure. I will do that. Accept. People are still divided, but I have 48 for me. As long as 3 neutral people vote for me, we should be okay. Let's vote. Come on, 3 more. Yes! Ah, I managed to get it easy, 75.
Has been approved.
That now goes up to by an extra 2.7. That's very nice. Our housing district has just been constructed.
People of the city,
Coal is diminishing.
council has voted.
The coal output pretty much didn't do much. Total demand is 40. Your total demand is now 0, and your total demand is 20. So let's, come on, let's make that 120. I believe I can do it. Food is going up, but slowly, but going up. Material surplus is going up. Because of course, oh yes, efficiency and everything has gone up. So, plus 2.5 from paid essentials. So my coal output has also started to slightly go up. This coal mine, however, is only around for 26 more weeks. Let's drop that down. Let's put that one up. That should pretty much rebalance it all. This coal mine is also slightly decreasing, which is not good. What have you got left? In the 82 weeks. You're, however, on 39. Minus 9. Asbestos lining just dropped my heat deposits down by a ridiculous amount. Plus 20 per the districts. That just dropped down by 80. That was beautiful to watch. Okay, let's go and grab logistics, automated logistics bay. Thank you. Get more logistics teams. Of course, what else I could do is, in fact, push out. We've got a logistics bay just here. We have a logistics bay just here. And I think those are my 3 spots, yes. So I could push out to this logistics bay, quite frankly. Although I'm not quite sure what I, in fact, probably need to frostbreak to next. Materials are doing okay. Potentially food. We do, of course, have a large amount of prefab over there as well. We do have some prefab here, which... Yep, I don't really have very much prefab left. So let's go and grab this, quite frankly, and let's start to move into the sheltered area as well. Yep, that's that. What takes up the most? Food districts are taking up 200.
The price of
How's that
food
looking?
has been reduced this week
That's 40
only.
a pop. That is 60 and 60. So if I was to, for instance, go and build myself a heating hub which costs 85... 80 heat stamps. How are we doing over here? Oh, we built? Beautiful. I think we're already built. So if I come to the Frostland, I have... Is it going to tell me somewhere? I don't think so. Find a permanent source of fuel. I can launch this expedition. Where does it tell me how many expeditions? Ah, there we are on the top. I have 20. Beautiful. Let's launch the expedition to this place. The safe territory. Go have a look at the frozen bay. Turn to the city. Pass the expedition support rule. We've got a bit of time to wait on that. Progress, merit, and tradition are the ones that are pushing up. So good. So our coal will now last for 147 weeks. And like I said, I am going to go and... Little Joey's been coughing all night. His forehead's as hot as a generator. Oh no. It's them Turners. I know it's them. They got that new flu. And here they are, strolling about the neighborhood, carrying on with their business. They're killing people. That's what they're doing. Oh please, Lord Almighty, I can't stand to lose another child. Someone's got to get through to them. A lack of law regulating contagion prevention is causing tension to rise throughout the city. Well, we can't quite pass another law cut yet. Let's zoom out because the noise of the city is quite loud. Oh, we can... No, let's not do research quite... Oh, no, wait. Actually, let's look at our research. Heating insulation. Heat dispatcher. Constructed in these districts, food extraction, industrial logistics, housing. It gives 20 heat, basically. Cost me 400 workforce, though. 200 workforce and 40 heat demand. So more powerful, but also more thing. Base heat demand of food districts is significantly decreased. I like that. That will cost me 100. I think... I'm going to save up for that. If that saves me 20 per heat district, that is better than just saving 20 for these two. Because I assume... That's what the... Oh! No, I can't quite... Yes, I'd only be able to even get one of them anyway. Yes, I'm going to save up to 100 and get that research going. Why are things different colors? Is that... temperatures? I assume, because I had selected a heating hub. Nope, not necessarily. Not sure. Food stock. I don't think we need to worry about stockpile buildings. We've got 150 spare there, 100,000 spare there. Coal has a 50,000 spot. That has 50,000. We need more goods, though. Even with you producing like crazy. There is another building to be built, but first, let's research the idea of better food efficiency. That'll, like I said, hopefully if it's the same, that'll be a drop of 80 heating demand, which is amazing. Now, 12 registered as sick. Oh, that's not good. That's because of the lack of shelter. Means I should probably get another housing district in there somewhere. you know, there's just like no heat demand in some of these, and I'm just... So I did actually want to improve that one, but I think I needed to break ice first. I did. Can I get pretty much... Yeah, pretty much where I want to with that. Let's not get that last one, let's get that one. That starts to unlock a permanent part of materials improvement. A permanent frozen forest. Deep deposit found. Deep frozen forest. Amount 100 million. Wow. Same with that. And there was permanent food. So wait, I think I've already... Am I getting the permanent food? No, there it is. 100 million. So yeah, that wouldn't be a problem if we could get to deep mining. But let's break this frost. We'll get another 20 shelter spots. You know what, as well? Let's go and... Plus 20 from sheltered wind, plus 20 from nearby housing district, plus 20 from housing insulation. Plus 20, plus 40, plus 20. So you actually have 20 to spare. So let's go ahead and...
The steward appreciates all your adoring letters and will answer personally in due time.
You. Then get plus 20. Is that turned on? Is that working? Sheltered from the wind. Yeah, I get that. But what about all of our other demands? I think those two are perfectly fine, to be honest. You are getting 20 from nearby housing district, yes. So, we can simply go and upgrade you. Gonna break some more ice first. Oh, whoops. Let's push out that way. And so let's go and you. Nearby food district gets okay, so these two now get the plus. This now gets plus 20 from the heat as well. And let's just go and get out by there. That'll be expanded. That can have plus 5. We do need to get a whole extra heat district on the go. And I reckon, we're going to expand this one as well. We might be able to nuzzle one in between these two and get a lovely plus 20 from both. Our expedition is 65% on the way. We can propose a law. Now, we did promise city development effort. Ah, damn it. I didn't realize I had that on the go. Promised to pilgrims. Okay, let's propose. There's a lot more against than there is actually for. Means I feel like I have to negotiate because I have to pass it. Actually, let's change my proposal. I've got some time. I'm gonna ignore that one for a little bit. City, no, survival, goods, food additive, society, I think. No, rule, city. Contagion prevention. Shelter demand per capita is slightly increased. Tension is slightly increased. Disease is decreased. Infectious badge. Contagious people will be required to wear a specific badge. Okay, we're not going to go and pass this one yet either. Sorry, that's hilarious. We will... Okay, we'll try and pass this. Let's negotiate. I have to negotiate with the New Londoners. Let's not research and hold vote. Let's research. Please vote for this. Pyrolytic charcoal plant blast foundry. Okay, we will research the blast foundry for you. Let's accept. And then let's vote. Of course, it's going to pass with a overwhelming majority. Relations with the Frostlanders have improved. How many people here? Oh, it takes 10%. 14, 11 members, and it's still growing.
The delegates have reached a decision. A new
I'm sent
law
out there. I'll
takes
return as a
hold.
frozen body. Yeah, that's expanding. Shouted wind from nearby housing district.
Call for colder temperatures. Take
Yikes.
action.
Temperatures just plummeted. Sick neighbors, no common rules. Stuart, this morning a house has been found walled off from the rest of its neighborhood. The inhabitants escaped after a while, but they found that local shops and amenities refused to service them. I don't know who did it, but it's for the best, I tell ya. Them people got all sort of bugs. The place is healthier without them, claimed a local pub owner. The latest spread of influenza has indeed hit the district hard, and people are on edge. Maybe we ought to define common rules for this to appease tensions. I have 30 weeks to pass either of those. Okay. Okay, crop selection. I've still got 12 weeks on that. You are now going to disappear in 4 weeks. Let's pause a second. What I do have is some materials to play with. You've only got 22 weeks. You've got 66. Let's make that 43. That now gives me a whole 6 weeks. Still far too much. Let's go and... Now, your heating demand is 0. I'm hoping your heating demand just dropped off as well. It's 20. Okay. Not terrible. That's not terrible. Your heating demand is also 20. Now, you guys' heating demand, on the other hand, is probably quite high. Yes, 60 and 40. If I was to go and build nothing, because I don't have the heat stamps. I can't just watch it and see nothing happening. 44. That drops off the heat demand a little bit from there. Material goods. Drops it off a little bit from there. We are up to still 6 weeks. Seven weeks. Getting a little bit better. Okay, and so if I was to go and build myself this, plus 40, plus 40, plus 40. You're telling me all of those get plus 40 heat. That'll be you, so that's 40 definitely gone down. You're on 0 anyway. And you have a demand of 24 currently, although you are also about to disappear. You are in fact empty. Demolish this building, yes. Okay, but I think where it was going is for the best, because that does take away 80 requirements of heat source. And plus, when this building finally finishes and disappears, of course I'm going to be losing some coal, but I can continue to build houses along this way, which I'm hoping is still shouted, but I don't think it is, actually. 8 weeks. Okay, let's start creeping forward at 8 weeks. This should drop that heating demand down by a lot. So, of course, I'm hoping that think I could still do with a heating hub over here as well, to be honest. Unmet demand for good, minus 4.7, yes. Yes, I get that, I understand, and I'm right with you. Right, this comes up in 6% time. Let's hope that that does something useful. Cutthroat economics, paid essentials. Steward, now that we are changing for essentials, some unemployed families are unable to afford basic necessities. Work goes to the worthiest. These people were passed up, it's their own damn fault. They should put the work instead of expecting the city to solve their problems, claimed one stalwart delegate. Others are more measured and say we could provide them with a weekly allowance. We can't offer them work, we will give them a budget. Up to them to use it wisely. Paid Essentials provides less heat stamps. Paid Essentials remains unchanged. Handouts make people helpless. So the problem is I can't really build anything else that involves demanding heat. Now, another salvaging factory is possible. Demands 20 more heat. Well, I could go and do that, but I don't really need materials. That's not my problem. Housing. Not really my problem either. Okay, so we're just going to have to keep struggling for now. There's not really too much I can do. I, of course, could build another industrial district. I have the spare people, but another industrial district costs me heat, quite frankly. Although, in fact, I could potentially try and put one down in here once this has been destroyed. That will probably allow me to get a plus 40, and so I think would only put me on a demand of minus 20, which isn't too bad. I don't think that salvaging factory. Oh, it does add 20 heat demand. Okay. And I am 18 homes short of fulfilling my promises. 28 weeks. How are you doing? 17 weeks? Yep, I am going to have a coal problem very, very soon. Very, very soon indeed. There is no more... I don't think there was any more coal on my map. No, so I do need to get that permanent fuel source problem sorted. 122. Demand of 44 heat, demand of 12 heat. Demand of 20 heat. I could in fact... no, because we don't actually quite hit that one. We could do the same on this side. We don't actually quite hit that one. Yeah, it's a shame. Let's go and build us another district. Let's have another industrial district.
Beware of frostbite.
And of
Keep
course,
your face and ears covered.
I'm getting no prefab. None whatsoever. So we also have that problem. No, wait, let's... 20 heat from them. Let's go that way. 20 heat from them. They also get the plus 20 heat, but they're not going to be around much longer. I think I'd rather get... added workforce. Yeah, that takes up 40 less heat. This gets pushed through in 5 weeks. Our coal will now last 11 weeks. That's much better. Thanks to that wonderful little heating node. And if I were to go and build another one, what could I do? I could do plus 40 heat to these two, which you're only demanding 20 You're only demanding 12, which will be 20 if I put you up to full. Potentially in there, who knows? Yes, we also need to get some more prefab. So what we also need, and this is going, I think, to kill me pretty much, is, we need an extraction. We need 150 prefab. I don't have the prefab. Okay, so this is going to have to be on prefab for a little while, and then I'm going to have to actually get this prefab. Oh, our expedition is done. What did we find? Those are the people? The others. In a cavern near the bay, we found a disturbing sight. Bodies in sturdy Frostland gear neatly laid side by side and left to freeze, with black oil markings over their closed eyes. A ghastly burial ritual. A map we found suggests they were heading to an old machine somewhere by desolate coast. A machine would require a source of fuel. We should investigate. I see. Fishing village. A community of Frostlanders are eking out a pitiful living off moss and small fish. With no furnace, they survive by sleeping shoulder to shoulder under thick layers of fur. They would undoubtedly prefer to live in New London. Not right now, they wouldn't. The approach. Dum 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 dum. Possible findings. Coal. Desolate lake, however. Possible findings. Oil, prefabs, and cores. And launch that expedition. We can actually do both at the same time. Done. Nice, nice, and nice. We will have those done soon enough. How are we looking? Our industrial complex is almost built. Like I said, that will put our demands for coal up a little bit. Go and increase the speed a tiny bit just to get that built. Okay, and what does that do? No, it actually decreased it because it spread more warmth around. Beautiful. That has now put us up to 19 weeks worth. We are now getting some prefabs. More to the point. We are getting 11 a week. We need to get up to 150 to be able to build. 90 years old, 90 summers. Well, winters more like. I've had a good life, I guess. Well, I've had a life. Anyway, not everyone in the old Queen Hithy crew can say the same. I'd always thought I'd be sharing my Liddy's grave, but now Pete's pressuring me to donate my body to the city. Apparently, them doctors are using dead folks' skin to fix up frostbite or something. Can't they leave me alone? Haven't I been through enough? The lack of law regulating funerals is causing tension. Rise in the city. Well, I'm actually going to... City. Contagion prevention. Community welfare society. Funerals. Nope, we've got that. Funerals. Let's go for harvesting funerals. Pose. Now. Not quite sure. I think I'm going to have to negotiate. Most of them won't negotiate. Has active promise. Of course, I need to do these promises. Please vote for this. Research the Silica Foundry. Research Moss Filtration Tower. Research Dust Coal Mine. It's utilized to smelt iron ore into materials with limited heat demand. Research Squalor, but will result in injuries. Research Moss Filtration System. Sure. I guess we're up to 49. I need to get like 3 more above this. Vote. Come on, 2 more, 2 more. Don't tease me.
The delegates have spoken.
I see.
The law takes effect.
Research Blast Foundry 26 weeks 39 and 18 weeks. So okay, regulate contagion prevention. So I ideally need to research this Blast Foundry.
A law has passed in the council.
Yes, it has.
Take heed.
Marginally increased, significantly increased by the cold, however. So we do actually need to build another district. However, That will cost me prefab that I don't want to use. Extraction will cost me 150 prefab. That has to be the next thing we go and do. Now cut him farther. We won't bury him. New passive boost proposed by Frostlanders. More to the point, 146. Beautiful. Now, of course, we have a materials problem. One thing always feeds into the other. Turn you down. Turn you off, in fact. You guys demand material? No, you don't. Oh, yes, you do. Still, I know we're down on materials and we are only got 19 weeks left, but I would like my food to stockpile somewhat, and it's not like we're making a lot as it is. It will be filled in 678 weeks. So, goods are still being produced. I would like to produce more, though we are stockpiling some heat stamps. Materials producing less. There you go, minus 23. Did up our base demands on heat by a fair bit, mind you. I built in both of these? No, I haven't. Then what have you got left? 105 weeks. And 65 weeks. Probably because the output is just so much higher. That only puts me on minus 23, which will last me for 90 weeks. That's not too bad. So let's keep moving forward. And yes, we need to get to 150. Is it wise for the steward to listen to them? I don't know. Is it wise for me to listen to them? Who's them? Of course, yes, I can do more research. I have lots of research. Heat dispatcher. Don't worry about that. Resources. I have made promises. Promises have been made. Filtration towers, foundries. I have made this promise, a blast foundry. Just because I research it, doesn't mean I have to build it. That will research that. Of course, have more research, and we have to regulate contagion prevention, which we will do next time. Of course, we are still looking for that permanent source of fuel. 56 people have returned to work in New London. Oh, fantastic. Disease is absent. Sick people are absent. We have 528 workers remaining. And we have the prefab. Now, I don't have the workforce. I need 600 workforce. What can I potentially lose some people on? You're actually turned off. Population increased. Okay, I have the workforce. Let's go and turn you back up. And extraction district. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's also 3 districts and 3 districts. That should also then get a boost to its heat. Means, although that has no demand anyway, so that should drop down to a plus 20 demand. Now we're making 16 a week. So let's go and get that built. Our prefabs will be coming in. You can change to goods. That will help that. 81 weeks, 37 weeks. Everybody is, of course, working as best that they can. Empty building slots. Extraction, industrial, logistics. No, we haven't got them built. Anything for those just yet. We are finally, probably can't even build anything for so long, but we are getting some heat stamps, ladies and gentlemen. We are nice, making 23 a week. I want to get to this logistics station. And go and that up there as well. Okay, however, now we do need a lot more housing once again. Will of course mean a lot more heating. And of course, for that we need also a lot more prefab. Oh, it didn't get plus 20. Ah, is it maybe because this place is turned off?
It might just save your life.
Yes, it has to be turned on for it to be working. Which means we should have just taken 20 off that as well. Fantastic. So, 45 weeks. Yeah, we can just keep slowly extracting prefab. I'm in no great rush for that. Oh, we have reached some places, though. We got somewheres we did. Old Dreadnought, a ruined machine, lies across a crevice. Wagons spilled into the nearby snow. There are clear signs that people have come and gone from the site, even storing goods here. But what amazed our scouts the most is the huge quantity of readily available oil. This could be the fuel source we've been searching for. We will be able to build a new colony on this site. Come back later. What else have we got? Oil cistern. A tanker filled with oil hangs in a narrow crevasse. It will be dangerous to extract without specialized equipment. Send mountaineers, come back later. Among debris in a mangled cart, we found an old navigation log. We can't wander forever. If we can only get through this canyon, then we can set up a permanent base next to the oil. The cart holds a large number of cores. Sure. I'll come back later. Hang on, let's see what else we got. Multiple pods of whales froze here after being pursued by humanity's last whaling vessels into the freezing harbor. The scouts are amazed at the sight of the massive bodies made pale by the ice. Finally, I found my white whale, the scout commander jokes. No one laughs. Years ago, the captain sent a team with machines to bore through the ice and mine out the whale meat. We can take the machines back to New London to assist our extraction, or send a new team here to finish the job. Plus 10% production efficiency. We can build a food outpost here. An old coal hauling trawler half buried in the snow. It appears the transport's navigation devices were tampered with and its charts were inaccurate. Graffiti has been etched into one side. New London leeches. Regardless of what happened here, the coal is ours for the taking. Plus 50,000 coal in the stockpile. How much can we hold? 50,000. I would deem that as a mild waste. I would want to build another coal stockpile. Let's come back later. No, so for now then, this is obviously our objective. We found oil. We'll be able to build a new colony here. Hello, Zestmeister, and welcome to the stream. I do apologize. For some reason, it's not... The alerts aren't coming up on my screen. I'm not sure why, but I will attempt to test it. On the broken shore lies an old derelict dreadnought. It seems to have been upgraded to run on oil, as it rests beside rich deposits. Perhaps the site was a refueling station, but deep in the black pools lie rows of frozen bodies, wrapped in shrouds and placed in the still wells. Our scouts shudder at the sight. These oil deposits would surely solve our fuel needs, but we would have to desecrate these graves to access them. We will only access the vacant oil deposits. More oil deposits will become available. Don't tell anybody. Oil will save the city, but we need to adapt our generator to use it. In the meantime, we'll establish a reliable supply. It's time we settle beyond New London. Create a colony at the old dreadnought and connect it with a solid trail to New London. Only then can supply be assured. So, establish a colony. You failed to regulate contagion prevention in time. What? I still had time. Hey. That's rude. A ruined machine lies across a crevasse. We can establish a colony here. Connect path. Requires trail connection to the required city. It will cost me 1 core, 20 Frostland teams, and minus 100 prefab. Now, I think just to connect a path is going to be pretty rough. Now, of course, if I learned about the mountains and the highlands, it could become a bit of a shorter journey. but you just never quite know. Camp remains. Okay. But no, connect the path. It will cost me... Okay, that actually allowed me to go much further. Done. Oh, nice. I don't even have to actually build a logistics thing. If I simply dig out the logistics point, I can connect things there. So with that, let's go and salvage those 3 cores. Of course, we need to get mountaineers. And I will need more teams. Go back to the city. Time was playing! It's just because when I selected things... far too noisy. When I selected things, it kept pausing, so I thought we were just permanently paused. Now I'm just going to manage to get that blast furnace done. I think I'm going to have to go straight onto Moss Filtration Tower. Unwanted Destiny, Family Apprenticeship. Steward, father's come to our offices with his son. They both ask you to hear them out. This boy is not cut out for a blacksmith, said the father. His knack is for words poetry. I can bend steel, but he can stir souls. Please let him be apprenticed under someone who can teach him to use these talents. Their plea echoes the sentiment of some that family apprenticeships limits the prospect of children born into an arduous career path. Family apprenticeships is less effective. We're going to keep the law as is. So yes, we are able to bring things in to here. So we, as I said, one of the next things we need is more housing. What I also probably need to do is 200 prefabs. New Londoners are delighted you kept your word. Okay. And then Moss Filtration Towers. Moss Rock Filtration District ability, which decreases squalor but will result in injury. Let's get that researched. It'll take 10 weeks, 6 days. I have 18 weeks. That will do me just fine. And let's... Can I frost break from beyond that already? No, I can't. Let us... So just frost break out to here a little bit. Okay, we'll leave it at that. We don't just want to keep spending our scraps for no reason. You are now going to be demolished. We want to demolish this district. Yes! That, of course, has gone and increased my heat demands as well. That means you can come back on. Losing 13, not too much, 72 weeks. And yes, something I actually want to go and build is a hub. And materials? No, food, fuel. There was a bit of workforce as well, why not? That will go and increase my fuel stockpile up to 100,000, and then I will go and actually grab that big stockpile of coal. Construct buildings, extraction, output plus 250 material, 170 material. Worry about those. Wait, doesn't one of these already have one of these?
The stalwarts
neither do.
encourage all citizens to join in their daily roll call.
That's very strange. I thought I'd gone and built one of those already. Salvaging factory. Yes, I get plus 40 goods. That will actually solve my goods problem. I'm going to go and stick it in. Yeah, this one. Oh, it doesn't really matter, actually, does it? Because either or. Okay, I only have stockpile for 10 weeks. Why have both of you just turned off? Salvaging factory 40, industrial district. Resource deposit. Ah, you're just telling me it's nearly depleted. 39 weeks and 80 weeks. Okay. Which means there was, of course, all of my frozen forests over here. We need to start digging these up. Extract all of those because we're going to need them very shortly. And yes, yes, we have prefab coming in very nicely now. The housing district. And that's a lovely heat point there. Which is the most important thing to be around. The housing district. Done. And if I can expand it and put one more there, we will basically get another 5 housing, and we will get another 20 heat. Spared and shared. Well, your total demand is in fact 0. And then we will potentially wait for a little bit more and get a little bit more. Establish a colony in Old Dreadnought, New London. How are we doing? We have 23. I've gone and done that. If I look at my... Yep, we have 100,000, so let's collect the coal. And requires 20 Frostland teams. Construction time 15 weeks. Alright, so we'll grab that first. That's still coming in. Shipping by trail to New London has 288,000 coal remaining. Now we are losing a lot of coal. Will last for 1 week. Let's pause a second. Brett, our prosthetic mass-produced goods. Stuart, a young engineer, brought us novel designs to mass-produce prosthetics with a minimal amount of resources. Manufactured in standard sizes, they would allow maimed workers to get back on the saddle in no time, he bragged. Sure, they won't be the sturdiest, but they will cost practically nothing. If one breaks, folks will quickly get another one. Should we allocate additional materials to our industry to use these designs? Increases the percentage of active workers, but increases material demands. See, now you say that. District foods, house materials, heating tub foods. I don't really have anybody out due to thing, and yet my materials are not looking good, so I'm going to pass on that, to be perfectly honest. Okay, and you are producing our goods. We are starting to stockpile goods. We have surplus. Oh dear lord. And so over here, how many weeks worth of materials do we have left? 77 and 36. And we will run out in 6 weeks at the rate we're going. More importantly, we will run out of coal in 1 week, the rate we're going. You have run out of no access to resource deposit. Then we will be taking you off, and what we basically need to do is decrease our fuel requirements, which is not really going to happen. What we then need to go and do is... let's go and... Demand 60, demand 20, demand 0, demand 60. Well then, let's have a heating hub. How much does a heating hub cost me? 25 materials, 100 workforce, 80 heat stamps. So let's go and get a couple of these then, basically. Although this is about to disappear, so no, I'm going to go and put it in here. And yeah, I'm going to go and put that in there. Also going to go and place one down here because this district is always going to exist. And I can even potentially build some housing districts around here as well to get some beautiful benefits. So let's have you in there. That's going to go and take the 40... Oh, whoops. I didn't actually place either of those, did I? Now, however, those are going to take more than a week to build. Let's have both of those put down. And we need to make our fuel go further. You are outputting as much as you possibly can. Losing 108 stockpile a day. The generator is requiring 580 to keep everybody warm. Now, I can't really take out materials. I've only got 6 weeks of those anyway. I've only got 17 weeks of food. Okay, you guys... Actually, be the best. Still only got 1 week. How long till you guys arrive? 3 weeks and 3 days. Can you speed up a little bit? New London, New London, New London. And this does now mean our food will only last for 6 weeks. Love living on that knife edge. Absolutely love it. But what we can actually do is, because the parts that aren't actually too important, let's drop that down one. That's about to get a boost of 40. In fact, let's drop both of these down. I mean, it does mean we're going to run out of goods again. We're not going to get as much scrap, but scrap isn't as important at the end of the day. What it does mean is we're now getting 86 material. The other one, I believe, is a lot warmer. Yes, it is. Let's... Okay, we've turned that around. We're 13 weeks, but that's okay. 74. 3 weeks. We will get the stockpile in that time. And food will last 6 weeks. Okay. Now, of course, once these two are built, we will have a little bit more of a bonus once again. With that as well. Once that's built, we will actually... Well, we could put that up, but then that would also then put our materials back down. It'll, go round and round and round we go, basically. I have kept my promise. I have kept my promise. But the point is, people are in fuel for at least a week. Increased by shelter scarcity. Yes, that has gone up. Because did I just finish building some housing? Because I feel like my number of... housing has decreased. You are demolishing, I think. Yes. Yeah. The building symbol is going down. Heating hub is under construction. Will last for 3 days. 2 days. Oh, come on, heating hubs. Where are you when I need you? 1 day. Two days. I'm pushing it up. Oh, that means we're getting some more materials. 2 days still. Woo! Our stockpile just arrived. Our buildings will, of course, still come in and help that out. Let's go and put you up a little bit more. You're obviously up anyway. Let's go and put up our materials, so our demand isn't quite so bad. Falling by 90, but as soon as these are built, that should drop down to about a -10. Such is the plan. Oh, only a -34. Of course, yes, because things aren't quite going at full speed, shall we say. -42. Okay, but no, let's drop that down a bit to help save our materials. -53. Our coal will now last us for 120 weeks. Still shouldn't probably go too stupid, but let's at least get things back to how they should be. 4 weeks worth of food. Our food is in fact taking a turn. Annoying. We can, however, unlocks the rapid filtration district ability, which decreases squalor but will result in injuries. I'm not a great fan of that, but we can, of course, and we should get into our research. Resources. Hothouses. 70 food output, disease is slightly increased, 20 heat demand. On the other side, more workforce, more food, squalor is slightly increased, 40 heat demand. How am I doing? Disease is absent but growing and has quite a few bad modifiers. Squalor has none. So we're going to go in for the squalor. Unlocks the excessive fertilization district ability. Research that idea. We need to improve what we've got, basically. And keep everything else going as well. Oh, more to the point, with those guys back, that means we should be able to... 3,000 colonists will settle here. We can send people. Alright, you can transfer resources of population between a colony and a city. Send resources, open the panel of a chosen colony and specify the direction and amount of a specific resource shipment by adjusting the sliders. I assume, however, that should have... Yes, that's tanked my population. Which is fine. There was a bit of crime. Greatly increased by population size. Oh, there you go. We do have some workforce back. Increased by guard squads. Marginally increased by goods scarcity. We are now making food. We now have some population, some houses to spare. Goods scarcity. We do, of course, need more people. Even with goods scarcity, we are still losing coal. We have 83 weeks left. So yes, we are in need of more people. 17 housing available. So, I don't have any more logistics people left. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd send them to go and fetch some people, because there are some people lying around. So we've gotten that. Oh, we can't. That's why none of the resources are coming up. Yeah, so I was going to potentially come back out. Finish going out to there. It just creates a link. Just a nice link. It is diminishing. That's good. I believe you are stable and non-existent. You are absent, because we got rid of everybody. Disease is absent and stable. Hunger is absent and stable. We are slowly building up some food. 503 weeks until full. Trust me, it'll drop a lot faster when it needs to. Will last for... Oh, it's out. I am out of stockpile of goods. Let me see. You have... No work demand. You have no work demand. How can I help you? Scouts rivalry, expedition support. Steward, the deeds and finding of our scouts are the talk of the town. Some of them grew in popularity to the point of receiving letters and gifts. It's boosting our scouts' morale, but has also started causing jealousy and rivalry. Recently, a brawl between two crewmates erupted over a portrait sent by a young lady. Some officers welcome this extra motivation, but others have expressed concern and are urging you to intervene. Exploration slightly improved. Sorry, relations slightly improved with stewards. Exploration time is extremely decreased. Relations slightly improved with pilgrims. Tension is slightly decreased. Now I'm going to let them send those goods. So we need to... Wow, with people coming out, people can, in essence, go back in. Still minus 15 on the goods. Scouts. There's scouts everywhere. Okay, we do need some more people. We do definitely need a level 3, a level 1. We drop that down. That puts goods in, or material into a surplus. Goods, of course, are very much not in a surplus. We can also... Let's just... break out to that point as well. Why not, quite frankly? Okay, city, however, is rising and it will continue to grow. But I'm a bit happier about where things are. Now, of course, yes, we do need more people. That will come. I feel like I've got a bit of a chance to attempt to make things more efficient, however. So I think we're ending in an okay spot, and of course we are about to set up the colony. Oh, it's just about to set up. Let's watch it. Let's watch it arrive. There it goes. It's just arrived, I believe. Turn to the city. Construction time. It will take 15 weeks to construct. That is never minding the travel time. So that will take 15 weeks to construct. That is about to happen. We have, however, come to the end of the stream. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with where we've left off. We've been on a knife edge most of the way, but such is Frostpunk. But we're doing okay. We are eventually about to lose these two districts. We are about to lose our coal. But that is okay. We have enough for 85 weeks. We're still getting 250 in from here. So that is certainly at least going to help things. And after that, for instance, we need to learn about a deep drill, which I will attempt to find out where we get it from, because although that is definitely not going to support our population, we have a couple of these resources which will help. I mean, 2 food and 2 forests, 2 materials should help. And of course we have this over here, which doesn't require the deep drill, but it has 2.4 prefab materials. I mean, that is a very high number. Very high indeed. And so, like I said, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the stream. Thank you all very much for joining me. Remember, if you would like to be involved, don't forget to join me over on Twitch when I do my Frostpunk 2 streams. I would love to see you guys in the council and helping me make decisions. But so, until next time, thank you all very much for joining me, and until we see you again, as per always, I hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.